Alrighty, we are back for day 2, episode 2 of our journey on the Oregon Trail. So today we are going to start leg 2 of the Oregon Trail. And we'll see how far we get. We're an hour and 48 minutes of playtime in, 4%. So let's go right into it here. You've unlocked a new journey, Winter Migration. Yes, we unlocked that yesterday. That is fantastic. Well, let's just jump right. Oh, Winter Migration. We don't want to play this one right now. So let's quit journey. We're not going to play that one right now. We're going to play that one at a later date. We are going to go right back into our playthrough on the Oregon Trail. And just, yeah. We're going to try to see how far we can get. We'll probably just do one more leg today. And that'll be our second episode. And then you can join back up and we will continue it on for day 3 another day. So let's just get back into this. Yeah. If you're new here, consider following me. I'm also going to be uploading this once we're done to the Nazo Gaming YouTube channel. If you're watching from YouTube, welcome. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. And we will be joining, a whole community, and you'll be able to follow along with all my playthroughs. I'll also be making some YouTube videos as well, so I hope you enjoy them. Let's get into the game. Give me 1 second, everybody. 1 second here. All right, we're back. All right, let's get this journey started. Episode 2. We are good to go. Let's hit resume, and we'll continue on our journey. All right, we ended up at Fort Kearney at the end of our leg 1. So now we are going to be leaving Fort Kearney for leg number 2 today. We did everything here, so basically we can just set off and depart onto leg 2. Let's get it going. Courthouse Rock. Collect pelts for 1 medicine. Collect meat for 1 coffee. We have a lot of food, so we can go for the grazing, I guess. But we also could hunt, but we could hunt here, or hunt here. So let's do this one first. As the party leaves the clearing behind, their minds wander to those who are yet to follow. How many more will brave the trail, following in their footsteps? And let's do filling for now, because we have a decent amount of food and we want to keep everybody's morale high. Numerous burrows dot the plains stretching out before the party. Occasionally, prairie dogs can be seen darting between burrows. I'll wager you can't even hit one. Lucy challenges the party to a shooting contest. The prairie dogs seem none the wiser. Sure, let's do it. Let's have Ruby do it. We don't know how she is at shooting, so let's see what she comes up with. And she has a number 1, so she's not a great shooter, but that's okay. You know, that's fine. All right. Despite Ruby's best efforts, the prairie dogs are simply too quick, retreating to their holes at the first crack of the rifle. Fantastic. Ha! I knew it. But dig at Ruby. That's mean. Don't be mean to Ruby. Can I click them? Oh, I can click them. Deer spotted. The party comes across the field of lush grass, perfect for grazing. It's a good place to give the oxen a break if there's time to spare. That's what we came here for, so yeah, let's let them graze. Graze away, little oxen. The oxen spend several hours grazing slowly, enjoying the meal. They seem refreshed and good-spirited by the time the party is ready to set out. Minus 16 foodstuffs. Awesome. I like doing the dragoon ones. I think we're going to do the dragoon one. And then we can go to hunt after that, because we have a good amount of food right now to last us. So let's see what this dragoon has to tell us. Headed to Courthouse Rock. Still on filling. We still have 238 pounds of food, which is really good. A sudden cry rings out across the trail. Charles's foot has been crushed under the wheel of the wagon. Toes may be broken. Come on, Charles. Depending on the extent of his injury, a good rest may be all Charles needs. If the injury is more severe, however, forcing him to walk will likely invite greater misfortune. Let's inspect the injury. Who should inspect the injury? Let's see what Ruby has to do again. We got to get all these people's stats. Oh, she got a 5. She is our medic, apparently. Ruby examines the injured foot and concludes that it is not broken, only bruised. She fashions a splint for Charles, allowing the victim to continue onward. Fantastic, Charles. You can continue on with us. Oh, here's the dragoon. Please help me. Move along, strangers. This man owes us a healthy sum. $50 to be exact. There's nothing to be gained by getting involved in this. Well, I'm going to intervene anyway. Now, just what are you planning? Argue. Who should argue? Who should argue? Did I have someone that was charming? Are they still good at arguing in this situation? I think it was Charles, wasn't it? Yeah, he's charming. So let's try and charm our way out of it. Attitude is 3. Despite trying his best, Charles is unable to convince the creditors to leave the man alone. What are you saying? You want some of this too? Let that be a lesson to the lot of you. We'll be back, Ralph, and we won't be as merciful as we were this time. Charles lost 1 health. Okay. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Please take my medallion. I'll take a minute to compose myself and then find the captain. I don't think I'm cut out for this kind of journey. We got 1 dragoon medallion out of that. Fantastic, even though we didn't help him perfectly. We are gonna go hunting because we need some more meat. I want to get these 3 pelts collected and the 100 pounds of meat collected. So let's do that. We're gonna go to the hunting ground. A small mound of earth sits atop the path. Flecks of trail dust strewn about. A small mound of earth sits atop the path. Flecks of trail dust strewn about it by the wind. We're gonna find something in that mound of dust. This ground has been disturbed recently, perhaps to bury a supply cache or something else. One might dig up the mound to uncover what lies below, or flatten the earth to hide the site forever. What should be done? Oof. Supply cache. Let's dig it up. Why not? Isaac, go ahead and dig it up. The soil gives way to reveal a small wooden box. Its iron hinges molted with rust. Prying it open, Isaac finds an assortment of useful supplies hidden within. Oh, 2 medicine, 15 bullets, 15 flour, 20 coin. That's fantastic. What can we do with that? 15 flour is what we got. We don't need that. Yeah, we don't need that. We don't need that. That's not worth it. So let's discard that. Continue onward to the hunting grounds. Who should hunt? Well, Isaac just lost the energy, so I'm thinking Charles should hunt. Charles examines the hunting ground ahead of him. It seems like he'll be able to find a few animals. Let's go hunting. Let's do really well here because we need 100 pounds of meat at least to get that unlockable. There's 2. There's 3. Oh, a buffalo. Oh no. Oh no. The buffalo deked me out. Oh, is that gonna be enough? Oh, I got that last second deer. Fantastic. Fantastic. Alright. 11 bullets, minus 1 stamina. Please tell me you got at least 100 pounds brought back. Thank goodness. Charles managed to hunt 130 pounds of meat, but only had enough stamina to carry 125 pounds back to storage. Awesome. Charles can spend... Yes, we're going to absolutely obtain those pelts. That is going to be needed. Charles manages to obtain some pelts, though without a knife he can't gather nearly as many. 6 pelts. 6 pelts is good, though. 6 pelts is still quite good. All right. Do we want to go to the campsite? An ideal locale to set up camp and rest the party. I think we want to go to the Dragoon sighting. There have been reports of a member of the Oregon Dragoons in this area. Yeah, I think we want to go to there. Let's repack that. We have our 200 pounds of meat. We can let the 19 pounds go. But can we use... No, we don't got to repair at all. But I want these pelts, or at least the 5 pelts. So let's use one of these because we haven't, and we don't have one on. And then we will put these here. And I guess we'll let those, the 1 pelt go, as well as the 19 food. And I think we will be happy with that. Yep, let's discard that. All right, on to the Dragoon. Awesome. What is that thing? A large, irregular mound lies on the trail ahead. It is hard to make out quite what it is. It is a deer lying dead in the dirt, skin clinging thinly to its ribs. The creature seems to have died of starvation, though it still has enough meat to feed a brave traveler to. Who should gather the meat? I don't think we really want to eat road deer. Plus, we don't have, like, any space. I have enough food. So we're just going to leave it. We're just going to leave it. Yeah. We're just going to leave it. The deer is left to rot or perhaps to be a prize for future scavengers. Yeah, that was the right decision. Because that could be, like, bad meat, make us sick, give us dysentery. So we're going to leave that. What do we got here? Stay back, citizens. There's been a murder most foul. Oh, I see. You're that group that Captain's got hunting us down, eh? I had you pegged the minute I saw you. Detective's intuition, as it were. I could use an assistant on this case. Very well. If you help me track down the killer, I'll return the captain as soon as I'm able. Let's investigate. Excellent. With your help, I'll have this case solved in no time at all. I've compiled a list of clues, suspects, and pieces of evidence. Simply tell me what you wish to inspect or let me know when you're ready to make an accusation. Sweet. Alright, so we're doing a little mystery solving. A little investigating. Let's get an overview first. Everyone present is part of a wagon train heading to Oregon, with the exception of Quill, who arrived only yesterday. The others have been together for the better part of a month now. Some have known each other longer, some less. Until now, there's been no infighting. Our victim is one Elias Farthing. He funded the expedition and was its de facto leader. He wasn't well loved, but as far as I can tell, he also didn't have any explicit enemies. For the most part, their journey seems to have been normal, except they're being harassed by thieves a lot more than usual. These thefts have been targeted and efficient. It's likely that somebody on the inside has been helping them somehow. Okay. So that's what happened. Elias Farthing has been murdered. So let's, suspect dossiers, interview suspects, investigate evidence, make accusation. Let's see the suspect dossiers. I've taken the liberty of compiling some information on each of our suspects. Each suspect also provided a writing sample so we could compare it to the note we found at the scene. I watched as each wrote their sample so I could see which hand they favored. Just let me know who you'd like to learn more about. Let's see, Quill Peabody. Quill Peabody is a reporter, one of those academic types. Certainly not the kind of man I'd pick as a killer, but you never really know. He doesn't seem a bad sort, just timid, I say. He reportedly came here to speak with the deceased. I know they conversed briefly before Elias perished, but you're better off asking Quill about those details. Sorry, not much to go on here. He's not a long-term member of the train, which makes him a bit of a mystery. Still don't reckon he's got murder in his blood, though. Okay. Oh, right. As to physical attributes, the man wrote his sample right-handed and wears large boots. Being a reporter, we have plenty of samples of his handwriting, though not an exact match to those found at the scene. His samples were the closest match of the group. Closest match in handwriting. Also was the latest arrival, as he didn't journey with them from the beginning. Let's see, Gareth. Gareth Farfield was the manservant of the deceased, his butler, if you will. Far as I can tell, the man has been nothing but loyal up till now. But who knows what could have transpired between the two of them. Gareth wrote his sample with his left hand and is of average foot size. We have samples of his writing from his personal belongings, and none match the letter found at the scene, of course. This is the only fellow who seems distraught that the murder occurred at all. That don't absolve him, but his reaction strikes me as genuine. Alright. Look, he's still a suspect, as is everyone present, but who ever heard of a butler being responsible for murder? Isn't the butler or the maid, or in like most murder mystery things that go on, it's usually the butler or the maid, I would think. But that's usually how those stories go. Alright, let's see who else there is. Kellogg Hardin. Kellogg Hardin isn't the kind of man you want watching your back, or your front, if I'm honest. He's bad news. He's garnered some infamy around here. Never killed a man, far as I know, but done all sorts of bad besides. He's our prime suspect for the thefts. He's also a long-term enemy of Marshall. The two have been at odds for years, as far as I could tell. As to his physical characteristics, the man claims to be ambidextrous. He wears average-sized boots, and though he was equally skilled with each hand, his handwriting sample was horrible. Not sure if he's just an ugly writer or if he's faking it. Good to know. Kearney Goldman. Kearney Goldman is the sort of fellow who'd buy out his enemies rather than kill them. Never met a man richer than this, at least financially. He's not without problems, of course. Wealth is both the source of his power and his ever-present demon. Old Gurney wrote his sample right-handed and is small-footed. His writing sample was neat, but not quite a match for the letter we found. This isn't the kind of man who gets his hands dirty, but if he had to, he's definitely of the backstabbing sort. Hard to say how he's involved exactly. Alright, that's Kearney. Marshall Brennan. Marshall Brennan. Only really a suspect by circumstance, but we should cover him in fairness to the rest. Marshall wrote his sample right-handed and has a fairly small shoe size. I must say that his handwriting was truly terrible, as bad as Kellogg's, if not worse. Don't tell him I said that, though. Marshall's the impromptu sheriff of this wagon train. He's the one that's been keeping the bandits at bay, though depending on who you ask, he's not doing the best job of it. Excuse me. Alright, that's our suspect dossiers. So, let's investigate the evidence or interview suspects. Let's investigate the evidence. I've assembled all the evidence I could find. Let me know if you want to take a closer look at any of it. Alright, so let's take a look at the crime scene. The body of a middle-aged man lies face down in the mud, his fatal wound clearly visible in the center of his back. The body has sunk deeply into the mud, suggesting that it's been lying there for some time. Several boot prints are scattered about in the mud. Only one distinct set stands out, of average size. So average size boot print. The man's clothes are intact except for some stains from the rain and scattered mud. There are no injuries anywhere other than the fatal one on his back. It's unlikely that he fought against his attacker. Nothing else about the crime scene stands out. Okay. I estimate the time of death to be about 8:30 last night, caused by a single clean stab wound to the back. The footprints make for a difficult clue. Unfortunately, the only footprints that are visible are those made after the rain had started. Okay, so it's after the rain had started were the boot prints. Average size foot. Okay. We found a letter on Elias's body, but it was so rain damaged as to be illegible. Still, there's a bit to be gleaned from it. The handwriting was messy, and it certainly wasn't written by Elias's hand. You ask me, this is our motive. The killer wasn't able to retrieve it, though I can't say why. From what we can make out, it looks like it's addressed to an external party, rather than someone from the train. This is likely how our mole was communicating with the bandits. Unfortunately, the rain did them a favor. It's not much use to us now. Elias was killed with a single thrust from this knife, of that much I'm certain. It's a standard hunting blade that can be found anywhere with one distinct feature. It's been customized to have a left-handed grip. That's our biggest clue. So it's someone left-handed. As I said, the knife is otherwise unremarkable. The blade itself isn't warped at all. It's unlikely that Elias fought back. The position of his body also supports this. The untarnished condition of the blade also suggests that it was used efficiently, which means our killer was almost certainly left-handed. Okay. So a left-handed weapon means we got a left-handed murderer. Let's interview these suspects. This is where it gets interesting. Feel free to speak to the suspects directly. Keep an ear out for mistruths, but remember that some will lie habitually. Catching a lie doesn't mean you've caught the killer. True. They can lie. Alright. Fair, fair, fair. Can I help you? That's Quill. That's gonna be Quill. Can I help you? Alibi. Let me think. I went to bed early, around 7 o'clock, perhaps. I'd only arrived the morning before, so I was still tired. Certainly not in the mood to be wandering about or conversing with anybody. I couldn't fall asleep for some time. I heard gunshots at one point, but it wasn't until after the rain had started that I managed to fall asleep. Okay. I'm a reporter, Elias and I had only properly spoken the once, yesterday morning, in fact. He told me he had news to share, but he had to procure evidence first. Frankly, I was and remain baffled. I don't know what news he was talking about or what evidence he was attempting to produce. Okay. Quill Peabody is a tall, thin, well-dressed man. He seems bothered by the rain and his eyes are nervously darting around the gathered group. Okay. Quill, you seem a little sus. A little sussy. Let's check out Gareth Fairfield. I hope you catch the killer soon. I'll do anything I can to help. Let's see. I was preparing dinner for us in the wagon when I glanced outside to see Elias talking to somebody. That would have been about 7:30. He never came back. As soon as it started raining, I went out to check on him. This would have been about 9 o'clock and found him lying in the mud. I worked for the man. I was a valet, chef, attendant, so forth. I resolved matters he hadn't the time nor stomach to solve for himself. Okay. Gareth is an enormous, imposing man. He looks less like a servant and more like a bodyguard or soldier. He's well dressed and maintains a neat composure in spite of the rain. Okay. Kellogg? What do you want? I was out of the camp practicing my aim. No idea what time it was, but I wrapped up and came back to camp. On the way, I passed by where Elias died, though it was dark enough that I couldn't see anything. I did notice some fella scurry off in a hurry, but I can't give you much more than that. My money's on whoever that was being the killer. Elias saw the fella around time and again, but I didn't care to know him and he didn't care to know me. He wasn't one to get involved with shady folk like myself. So our paths hardly ever crossed. Not much else to say. Okay. Kellogg is a vicious-looking man whose hands are never far from his holsters. It's evident that he spent plenty of time outside of civilization and outside the law. A large, fresh bruise adorns the right side of his face. A bruise. Wondering about that bruise? Well, I've got Marshall to thank for that one. The two of us aren't exactly friends, but hitting me was a first. Not quite sure what I've done to deserve it. You'll have to ask him. Okay. That's all I got for him. Let's talk to Kearney. Yes. What is it? I was relaxing in my wagon. It's what I'd be doing now if you weren't accosting me. At one point, I heard gunshots. I went outside to see what the noise was and didn't see anything unusual. That was at exactly 8 o'clock by my watch. So I went back to nurturing my favorite hobby, being alone. He likes being alone. I knew almost nothing about Elias, whatever his name was. We were companions of circumstance. I don't believe we ever even conversed. Okay. Never even talked to the man, huh? Kearney is a thin, stern-looking man. A golden pocket watch hangs at his waist. Okay. Sweet. Marshall Brennan. How can I help? I saw Kellogg heading off with his guns at the ready, so I decided to follow him. That must have been around 8:30. Unfortunately, the rain made it hard to follow him, so I returned to camp. By the time I made it back here, Elias was dead. You ask me, it's no mystery who did the deed. So he thinks it's... Wait. Kellogg. He thinks it's Kellogg. He thinks it's Kellogg, okay. Elias was the man who hired me to lead the caravan. He was a man with his demons like any of us, but maintained his honor as long as I knew him. What happened to him is a damn shame. Let's examine him. Marshall is a sturdy, stout man with a confident posture and grand, tidy beard. His clothes are immaculate. The only note of disorder is a large purple bruise adorning his left hand. So he punched Kellogg with his left hand. Saw that, did you? Well, I'll make no excuses. I hit him, all right, you asked me. It's not even half of what he deserves for killing Elias. Why do you think it was Kellogg? Or why do I think it was Kellogg? Not much for detective work, are you? His shoe size fits those found by Elias's body. The blade used to kill the man was fitted with a left-handed grip. Kellogg is ambidextrous. He was also unaccounted for at the time of the murder. I'll make him pay for what he's done. Mark my words. And Kellogg. Let's go back to you. I want to see... Kellogg is a vicious-looking man whose hands are never far from his holster. It's evident that he spent plenty of time outside of civilization and outside the law. A large, fresh bruise adorns the right side of his face. Yeah, because left hand to the right side of somebody's face. Yeah, okay. Okay, that makes sense. But he is... Yeah, we asked that. Okay. Can we go back to... let's do this again, and let's check out Kellogg. Kellogg Hardin isn't the kind of man you want to watch your back or your front. He's bad news. He's garnered some infamy around here. Never killed a man as far as I know, but done all sorts of bad besides. He's a prime suspect for the thefts. He's also a long-term enemy of Marshall. The man claims to be ambidextrous. He wears average-sized boots, and though he was equally skilled with each hand, his handwriting sample was horrible. Not sure if he's just an ugly writer or if he's faking it. So he could be the one because he's ambidextrous, average size boot, and he was unaccounted for at the time of the murder. But then again, Marshall, I don't know, Marshall's just his enemy though. Right? It was Marshall. Yeah, Marshall is the one who hit Kellogg. But he's got a small shoe size. So it does look like it's Kellogg. Recap? Kellogg? He wrote a messy sample with both hands as he's ambidextrous. He has an average shoe size. He was practicing with guns at an unknown time but returned before it rained, scaring someone in the process before it rained. But the shoe prints were made after it rained. Can I just see... I want to do evidence. Crime scene. All right, only one distinct set stands out of average size, so that does indicate Kellogg. Kellogg has the average size shoe. There are no injuries anywhere other than the fatal one. The footprints are the only... See, that's the only thing. It was made after the rain had started. And Kellogg had been back before the rain had started, apparently. And what was Marshall's hand? Like, what? He used a left hand or right hand? His sample right-handed. Truly terrible handwriting, though. So see, I think Marshall might have used his right hand, but he punched with his left hand. Oh, that's right. So he punched with his left hand because that's his dominant hand, but he wrote with his right hand to try to throw off the trail. I think it might be Marshall. I think Kellogg's the like the red herring. I think Kellogg is kind of like given to us to cast doubt on Marshall. So like Kellogg seems like the most obvious answer because he's ambidextrous. He was at the scene of the crime. You know, all this stuff adds up to him, but Marshall, I think it's Marshall. Can I recap on Marshall? Marshall Brennan is the impromptu sheriff of the wagon train and rival of Kellogg Hardin. He wrote a messy sample right-handed. He has a small shoe size. He saw Kellogg leave camp at 8:30 and tried to follow, but the rain was too heavy. By the time he returned, Elias was dead. Oh. Does it ruin it if I make the accusation? I still think I'm gonna accuse Marshall. I think we accuse Marshall and see what happens. I don't know how it's gonna go, but let's see what happens. Marshall Brennan, really? Really? Marshall? Well, I suppose he's a suspect, same as the others. His writing sample was right-handed, though, and as far as we can tell, the killer is left-handed. He's not right-handed. What do you mean he's not right-handed? I saw him write his sample myself. Do you have any evidence to suggest this is fact? The bruise on his left hand. Oh, I see. Kellogg's bruise was on the right side of his face, and Marshall's was on his left hand. Therefore, when he hit Kellogg, he swung with his left hand. Still, this isn't much to go on. For one, Marshall has small feet. No prints of his size were found in the mud at the crime scene. Can you explain that? It wasn't muddy? Why on earth do you think the ground wasn't muddy? Look at it. It wasn't raining yet? It wasn't raining at the time Elias was killed? I suppose that could add up, but if it hadn't been rain damaged, why did the killer, Marshall, as you claim, leave the letter? Wasn't that the whole point of the murder? He can't read. He was tired. It was dark. He was interrupted. Fake letter. Let's go with he was interrupted. I see. The killer was interrupted when Kellogg returned and so didn't have time to retrieve the letter. But why? Why would Marshall kill Elias? Oh. Theft's mastermind. It would have to be that, right? I see. Elias found a letter that Marshall had written to the thieves detailing the wagon train supplies and guard routines. You claim that Marshall killed Elias to stop him from spreading the word. Is that correct? It pains... Oh, did I get it right? Or am I just... I think I did it right. I think it was Marshall. It pains me to say this, but everything you said adds up. I'll place Marshall under arrest and catch up with the captain when I can. Take my medallion, and it might be worth something along the way. I think I did that right, or I just condemned a man to be arrested. I hope I did it right. I hope it was right. Charles lets out a wheezing cough. His poor health is beginning to exact a toll. Ruby has heard rumors of a local plant known as Devil's Club. Crushed, its root and stem may be used as a poultice on wounds or ingested as a health tonic. Searching for this plant may take some time, if it can be found at all, but it may well prove useful. Yeah, let's search for it. Ruby searches for it. Come on, Ruby. I guess that means no. Regrettably, there is no Devil's Club to be found. Charles will need to seek healing elsewhere. Okay. We continue on still. Charles only has 2 missing health. You ain't that bad, guy. You're doing pretty darn good. Arriving at Courthouse Rock, are those the ancient stones of a ruined castle jutting from the earth? No, they are courthouse and jail rocks, noted landmarks of decidedly natural origin. +1 coffee and +1 medicine. We hit both those very well, very well. Let's talk to some people. A few travelers mill about at the base of the rocks, taking the opportunity to rest in the shade. They may have valuable knowledge. Well, none of them really have anything like important to say. Like, they don't have any quest markers or anything, so let's see what we can trade. We could sell the pelts. We could trade supplies. We could sell fish. Let's see what everyone got. 58 flour. 3 traps, 3 coffee, 3 clothes. I think we are pretty good on everything. Now we got 5 clothes. I think we're pretty good. Yeah. I got plenty of coffee. I don't really think I need the clothes. We could sell pelts. Let's sell some pelts. Charles, always doing the haggling with his little charming nature. Stop it, sir. You're making me blush. I love that no matter who it is, they blush. It's a guy talking to a guy and he's blushing. I work for the local fur trading company. $8 per pelt. All right, yeah, let's do, we have 2 stacks of 5, so let's sell 5. And then, we should have an empty, yeah, perfect. Perfect. We got 2 harmonicas. We got plenty of medicine. Yeah, I think we're good. I think I want to probably get some more food or pelts. So the next place we can go, we can sell more, get more money, and maybe upgrade our wagon eventually. That would be nice to do. Let me see what we look like here. We could use a little rest. So let's rest. The party settles down for the night. Fantastic. All right, how do we look now? Now we got some energy back. Isaac still doesn't have too much. Charles is still a little unhealthy. So let's depart. Let's continue on our journey. So what next one is... Oh, we didn't go to Julesburg? I could have went to Julesburg? Oh, I think that's where we had to tell about the investors. Well, I'm not gonna get the investors for the wind-powered wagons anymore. That's unfortunate. I'll have to remember that for next time. When we run through this again, I'll have to go to Julesburg to do the investors. Alright, well, to Chimney Rock it is. Collect pelts and get 1 medicine. Collect herbal remedies and get 47 coin. Collect pelts and collect herbal remedies. Let's go here to collect the pelts. Although the herbal, well, I guess hopefully I'll see herbal remedies on the way. So I'd rather get the money, but the other place was just a resting spot for the oxen. Welcome, travelers. Step right up and play our game. My brothers and I will shuffle ourselves around when we stop. See if you can pick me out. Choose correctly and all manner of awards are yours. How about you wager $10? That seems fair for a play. What do you say? Absolutely, let's play. Excellent. Now let us play. Say when you are ready. Go. I'm on the left. Okay. Follow the guy on the left. Follow me. They're identical though. Oh geez. Oh geez. He's on the right. He's gotta be on the one on the right. The one on the right. Oh, we did it. Felicitations. You have gotten me. A sterling effort, travelers. Here's your reward. I hope we see you again. Awesome. Let's repack and see what we can do here. Let's use this and get everyone back up to good energy. We still need one more little spot. So let's use one of our wagon greases. Put this over here. And we'll pop that in right there. Awesome. We are stacked out again. Let's continue on to Chimney Rock. Buffalo, buffalo, buffalo. Or bison. Bison, bison, bison. Oh, Samuel Peppered. Oh, it's you. Listen, I'm not really in the mood to talk right now. I tried building my wind wagon without any funding, but it was a complete disaster. I don't think I'm cut out for this inventor business after all. All my dreams have come crashing down, just like my flying machine prototype. Maybe I'll see you again in the future, feet firmly planted on the ground. I'm so sorry, Samuel Peppered. I forgot to go to Julesburg. Peppered's Folly. I didn't realize I didn't go to Julesburg. Little bunny. Fox. Why can't I? Oh, is this the hunting ground? Oh, hunting. We have 22 bullets. Charles has the most energy and the best hunting skills, so let's go with Charles. Charles examines the hunting ground ahead of him. It seems like he'll be able to find a few animals. Awesome. Let's hunt a few animals, collect some pelts, even though I don't think I can hold any pelts. Oof, what a shot. Oh, I'm on point. Oof. Oh, one got away. That's probably too much. It's probably too much. But that's okay. After a successful hunt, Charles carries 140 pounds of meat back to storage. Charles can spend some time. Yes, of course, we're going to skin the animals and try to get their valuable pelts. 8 pelts. We got 8 pelts. That's awesome. Let's repack. We have 200 meat, 95 fish, 75 flour. So I think what we do here How's everyone doing? Hygiene, health, stamina, health. Oof. Oof. I want to keep like some of the pelts at least. We still have 3 days of that. I think we get rid of the fish because this is more food. This also can restore morale, and then I could put this here. I think that's just better. Kind of sucks we have to get rid of that much fish though. Or do I get rid of the flour? Do I get rid of the flour? Maybe I do this. Whoops. How do I fit this back in? I also have a ton of coffee. Do I do it that way? I think I do. It's still more food than that. The fish I could always sell too. Yeah, I think we do it that way. Let's go. Let's do it that way. I guess I could have used the coffee just to give it to them, but we have so much of it. We don't need that caffeine intake. Isaac begins scratching his stomach furiously. It seems he has been bitten by the many mites hiding in the grass along the trail. This affliction can be eased by placing bacon grease on the irritated area, but doing so would use some of the stored meat. Yeah, we can use that. Isaac places bacon grease on the worst of the bites. The fatty juices ease his itchiness considerably. He is comfortable once more. Awesome. That's what I like to hear. As long as you're comfortable, Isaac. It's all that matters. All that matters is you are comfortable. Where are we at? Oh, we're about to be at Chimney Rock, alright. A towering stone spire erupts from the earth ahead. At its base is a large mound, as though the massive pillar was once a single mountain, now sculpted to a fine point. This is Chimney Rock, one of the trail's most storied landmarks. Alright, so we got the medicine. I don't think I can even carry the medicine, but that's okay. Alonzo Delano, Aunt Rebecca Sims, Celinda Hines. Yeah, see, they just have little tidbits to say. They don't really have anything of note. So we'll go back. Anyone have anything to trade? Can we sell some fish? $1 per fish. Let's haggle that. That worked swimmingly. $2 per fish. Do I sell all of my fish? Let's sell 50 fish. And we'll sell 25 fish. We'll keep a little bit of fish. We got a lot of money. When we get to the next place, we should be able to maybe even upgrade the wagon. $5 per pelt. No. What do I have? 5. I got 10 pelts. Let's haggle, because that's not enough. Then we got Charles the Charmer to haggle. $8 per pelt. So let's do 5 again. Let's do 5 again. And that gets us to $482. And then we should have the slot open up for the medicine. Beautiful. I think that's all we're gonna do. Does anyone have any good trades? 1 guidebook, 3 coffee, 50 flour, and 2 clothes. I don't need any of that. So let's take a rest. Let's take a rest. We'll hang out and take a rest, and then we will be off on our journey. They gain some stamina back, and we're off on our journey again. Maybe this is just going really well because I'm good, but or it's gonna get a lot harder after leg 2. But we seem to be doing very well. So let's go on to Fort Laramie. Restore Charles's health for 160 flour and collect meat for 1 coffee. Okay. Left or right? Left or right? I want to say we go to the right. Let's do that. Where Chimney Rock once stood as a god and beacon, nothing now lies before the party but the endless plains. Continue onward. We're still at a filling food amount, keeping them happy. And the pace is fine. The pace seems fine. Pronghorn spotted. A herd of bison blocks the trail ahead. They mill about, aimless, as unconcerned by humanity as they are obstructive to its passage. If given enough time, the herd is sure to move on eventually as grazing opportunities pass. However, there is no telling how long that may take. The herd could also be scared into moving with a gunshot, or perhaps this is an opportunity to hunt for supplies. We'll give them one wait. Oh. That's all you get. Now you get a gunshot scare. Good, good. With the herd gone, the party continues. Fantastic. Alright, that worked out. We could have waited probably more and more and more, but then what's the point? We got them moving along on their way. Little Mary. Daddy, look, it's the people from before. Are you going to invite them to my birthday party? We'll see, sweetheart. Hello there, travelers. It's unusual that we meet again. Perhaps it's divine intervention or simply luck. Whatever the case, it's good to see our saviors once again. Say, I wonder if you might do us a favor. I know it's asking a lot of you, and we're already in your debt, but would you like to help us make a birthday present for little Mary? She'll be 5 years old this year, but the present we bought for her went missing while we were stranded. Jane would like to make her a doll, but is having trouble deciding on the pattern. Who should help? Lucy. Lucy, you go help. After a few hours of sewing, Lucy and Jane finished making a doll for little Mary. The doll looks like a very friendly young lady that Lucy used to know. Awesome. We made little Mary a doll. Well now, this is a charming little thing you've made. Little Mary will be over the moon when she sees it. You have my thanks once again, travelers. I do hope we see each other again in the future. Oh, fantastic. We made a little doll from little Mary. Nice. Oh, and there's a broken down wagon. The party approaches a dilapidated, windblown wagon. While the long abandoned wagon looks as if it might collapse at any moment, some parts may be salvageable. Let's investigate it. Let's take, I don't think we're going to be able to take any of this. Yeah, there's no way we're fitting any of this in. Maybe the axle if I get rid of the one repair kit. Oh, while inspecting the wagon, Ruby notices a small bag tucked away beneath it. Upon opening the bag, she discovers that it is full of money. $100. Worth it. I can get rid of the axle. I don't even care. Okay. Awesome. I'm just going to discard that. I'd rather just... I mean, I'm glad we just got the money. That's fantastic. Wagon grease expired, minus 16 meat. Who have we got here? The pleasant scent of frying garlic and onion reaches the party long before the light of the cooking fires. This campsite seems to be equipped with all the facilities necessary to prepare a dinner to restore health. Absolutely, let's set up camp and restore our health. Do we need to restore health? Health. No, we don't need to do that. Let's tell stories. We can find out what their stuff is. Carpentry 2. Oh, Ruby's loyalty is 6. Oh, their hygiene went down. Their stamina went down. Okay, fair enough. We don't need to hunt. We have plenty of food. So let's go with the middle. I think the middle will be a good choice. Let's restore Charles's health. And do we need anything else? What's everyone else at? Energy is all right. Let's do clothes for a couple of people here. Do clothes for you, and we'll do clothes for you. You two are all right. Yep, that's good. Ooh, berries. Berries and cream. The party spies a small thicket of shrubs, each covered with small red berries. If gathered, they have medicinal properties that may prove useful. Let's harvest them. Ruby's got a 4. That seems fair enough. Good job, Ruby. Good job, Ruby. As Ruby reaches into the shrubbery, she notices a handful of old unfired bullets lying beneath the leaves. And we get bullets. Oh, this is fantastic. Fantastic. Ruby gathers as many of the bullets as she deems salvageable. Great. And 3 herbal remedies. Ruby harvests an enormous number of berries, carrying them back by the armful. Awesome. Very nice, very nice, very nice. We are in a well-off spot. Everyone's doing well. We have $582, and we just made it to Fort Laramie. Let's see what Fort Laramie has to offer. A large walled settlement stands before the wagon. This is Fort Laramie, one of the principal supply routes along the Oregon Trail. You've arrived at a fort. Who would you like to heal? None of them need healing. I don't know if this heals like everything on them, so let's go with Isaac. It does. Okay, that's actually awesome then. You've unlocked a new journey. Kaboom! It's another one of those little side missions that we will eventually do after we finish the Oregon Trail that we're on currently. Awesome. We're in Fort Laramie. Leg 2 of 5, the rugged prairies completed. Alright, so we'll do a little stuff in here, and then we will call it a day. Your party has reached Fort Laramie. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Awesome. Looks so nice. All right. Let's talk to people first. Lewis Southworth. You going west too? James is taking me to Oregon despite the law saying black folk like me can't settle there. Too bad he sold my fiddle before we left. It was the best friend I ever had. I was hoping to raise some money by playing at forts to pay James for my freedom. I could play you a song that would set your foot to tapping, that's for sure. Well, my name's not Lewis Southworth. Darn, I sure do miss that instrument. I asked James if I could keep it, but he needed the money for this trip, or so he said. The man kicks at the dirt despondently. Yeah. If you're offering to buy me a new fiddle, I won't say no, but money doesn't grow on trees, or I'd have picked myself a finer suit than this. Lewis Southworth gives the party a wide grin. Yeah, I promise to buy you a fiddle. Well, hold on now. If we're going to do this, we've got to do it right, you understand? I'm talking about putting a band together. I could even earn enough to pay you back for the cost of the fiddle. There's a brother and sister duo I saw back in Independence. They play guitar and banjo and sound amazing. We'd be lucky to have them. Last I heard, they were headed to Fort Bridger. I think this is a real opportunity. What do you say? Ask about the fiddle. I've heard rumors that people often end up selling their luxury goods before crossing the mountains. You'll have to keep an eye out, maybe ask around and see if anyone's selling a fiddle. I say a good fiddle is worth about $30. If you pay more than that, you're getting ripped off. We could afford that. Look how much money we got. We could definitely afford that. Alright, agree to his plan. This is going to be a show to remember. You just wait. I'll try to meet you again at Fort Boise. I know it's far away, but you'll need some time to get the band together. Get the band back together. And I need to start writing some lyrics. Alright, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. A crowd haggles and argues over the price of fur and traveling supplies. No one else has anything to say to us. Let's see, services. What do we need? What do we need? Charles could use a little hygiene. Let's restore Charles's hygiene, and I think that's kind of it. And then let's go to the store. Oh, we need $600 for that. That's the one we have. This would be the one to get. $600, but if I sell stuff, then that would be like all the money I have. I don't know if I want to do that. Oh, and we have this. Well, let's sell the remaining fish. Wait, no, we don't even need to. Let's put this here, this here, this here, this here, and that there. Look at that. We don't even need to sell anything. We have everything we need, and I don't even think that I need to buy the wagon. But we'll decide on that. We'll think that one through, because I could always sell the pelts or sell the fish and get enough to buy that giant wagon, which could be cool, having more space for the supplies and everything to get us all the way to Oregon. So yeah, I think that's a cool thing. All right, we're at Fort Laramie. So I think from there we're gonna end it off. Yeah, let's end it off there. That was a great leg too. We made it all the way to Fort Laramie. We have a lot of money, so we'll decide if we want to upgrade to that new wagon next time. Yeah, we'll do that next time. Thank you guys for joining me. If you are watching on YouTube, please hit the like button. Please subscribe so you get more of this content. We will be continuing this playthrough, and all the episodes will be in the playlist on the channel, so you can check it out there. And we'll continue on doing this playthrough as well as some other games that we're going to be looking into. So please definitely join us, join the community, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much, and I will see you all later.